Can I use the WPS feature even if my router is not near the device I want to connect?
Hey there, welcome to today's video. In this segment, we'll be discussing whether you can use the WPS Wi-Fi protected setup feature even if your router is not near the device you want to connect. So, let's dive right in.
Understanding WPS.
To begin, let's briefly understand what WPS is. WPS is a feature commonly found in most modern routers that allows for simplified and convenient Wi-Fi network setup. It's designed to make the process of connecting devices to your Wi-Fi network much easier by reducing the complexity of entering lengthy passwords.
How does WPS work?
When you enable WPS on your router, it typically provides two methods for connecting devices: the push-button configuration, PBC, and the PIN method. The PBC method involves pressing the WPS button on your router and then initiating the WPS connection process on your device within a specific time frame. This allows the router and the device to automatically exchange the necessary network credentials without the need for you to manually enter a password. On the other hand, the PIN method requires you to enter a unique PIN provided by the router into the device you want to connect. This can usually be done through the device's network settings. Once the correct PIN is entered, the device and the router will establish a connection without the need for a password.
WPS range limitations.
Now, let's address the question at hand. Can you use the WPS feature if your router is not near the device you want to connect? The answer is it depends on the specific router and device. While some routers may support the use of WPS at a certain distance, it's important to note that the range for successful WPS connections can vary. The effectiveness of the WPS feature can be influenced by factors such as the router's signal strength, interference from other devices, and the capabilities of the device you're trying to connect. Typically, the optimal range for a successful WPS connection is within close proximity of the router. This ensures a strong and stable wireless signal during the setup process. However, there have been cases where WPS connections have been established over longer distances, depending on the router's capabilities and the surrounding environment.
Alternatives to consider.
If your router is not near the device you want to connect, and you're unable to establish a WPS connection, there are alternative methods you can explore. One option is to temporarily move the device closer to the router during the initial setup process. This can help ensure a stronger signal and increase the chances of a successful WPS connection. Once the connection is established, you can move the device back to its desired location. Alternatively, you can manually connect to the Wi-Fi network by entering the network's SSID, name, and password. Although this method may require more effort compared to using WPS, it can be used for devices that don't support WPS or in situations where the WPS feature is not feasible. And that wraps up our discussion on whether you can use the WPS feature even if your router is not near the device you want to connect. Remember, the range of successful WPS connections can vary, and it's always a good idea to consult your router's manual or manufacturer's documentation for specific instructions. If you're unable to establish a WPS connection, consider the alternative methods we mentioned, such as temporarily moving the device closer to the router or manually entering the network credentials. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video has provided you with the information you were seeking.